Hello friends, welcome to my channel. This is Charan. In this video tutorial, I will explain how to create the authentication form, login and logout in Django SQLite3 database. And now let's check the final output of our project. The username, let's enter the new username is Ben and the password is Ben and the confirm password also. I'm entering the wrong password. Create user. See here the passwords are not matching. Now let's enter Ben. The password is also Ben I'm adding and the confirm password also Ben. Now create user. See here the user Ben is saved successfully. Now let's check in our database. Right now we have 3 users. When I reload this page, Django administration, let's add with the super user. See, now we got the Ben here. Now let's log in with the Ben. Click login. Ben. Now the password I'm entering the wrong for the Ben. Click login. See here the username and passwords are wrong. Let's enter Ben and the password also Ben. This time I'm adding the correct password. Click login. So it's redirect to the welcome Ben page. Now when I log out, see here we redirect to the login page. Now when a user tried to visit the welcome page, see notice here that we got the login and sign up. If you are a first time visitor to my channel, please subscribe to get the latest updates. In my previous video, I have showed how to create a new user form in Django Python with the db.sqlite3 database. If you missed in my previous video, at the end of this video tutorial, you will get that link. And this is a database I have created. Right now it contains 2 users. The Charan user is a super user and Raju is a simple user. Now let's enter a new username, Peter, the pet, the password is, and the password confirmation also I'm giving pet. The password and both confirm password must match, then only it will create a user. Click create user. And notice here I got a message, the user Peter is saved successfully. If you check in our database, let's reload this browser. See here the Peter username is added successfully to our database. Now in this video tutorial, I will explain, I will create a login and logout functionality with the user credentials. So let's write the coding part, switch to the Visual Studio. Once again I'm telling, I already adding the settings in my previous video. If you check the settings here, the install apps, I have configured the templates, and if you notice the views also, the new sign user, all this coding part will get in this, all this coding part will get in the part 1 video, how to create a new user in Django with SQLite3 database. So now let's continue the today's tutorial. First we'll create one login page. So for that we require one login template. Select the template, right click the mouse, click new file. The file name is a login.html. And here we got our login.html page. In the login.html page, before adding the designing part to add the login username and password, first we'll add the functionality. Go to views page. In the views page, let's create the function def login user request. The login user request. Now in this function, the functionality is we are posting the data to login. So what I'm doing here, if request dot method double equals to, between double quotes I'm adding post. is it capital letters, all the post is capital letters, colon, then if request.method is posting, posting means if the password, if the username and password is correct, I want to log in. So we need to add the authenticated functionality here. Before that, we have to add one variable here. Login success is a variable. Then I am adding authenticate. So we need to add the authenticate class at the top. After the user, I am adding from django.contrib.auth import authenticate. Now in this authenticate function request, I am requesting the username and password. The username is equals to, between single quotes, username is equals to, I am posting the username. First one is a request dot post, post is capital, then get. Now in the get method, between single quotes, we need to add the username details, comma, and the password is equals to, we require the password, so just add this password here, copy this one and paste here. That's it. Here the condition is if the username or password is wrong, I don't want to log in successful. If the login details we're getting from this variable login success is none, and is capital here, none, which is empty, then if the details are wrong, I want to display the error message, the username and password are invalid. So here I am taking this part, the return values, instead of user creation form, I am adding authentication form, capital letters, authentication form. We need to add this authentication form at the top in the form section, THG authentication form. Let's copy this one here, authentication form, and this one login.html. The error message is the username and passwords are wrong. The else part, else, in the else part, if the username and password is correct, I want to redirect to the welcome page. So we require one more welcome page. Let's go to templates, new file, welcome.html, and here we got our welcome.html page. Again, switch back to user.py. Let's complete this login user functionality. Add the login request user login success. This login success I'm adding here. So once the credentials is correct, I want to redirect to the welcome page. So return redirect function. So we need to add this redirect, the class. We need to import this redirect class here. The redirect, between single quotes, I'm adding the welcome page, welcome. Then the last part, this if condition, else if the user requests the login page, I want to display the login form. So let's copy this one copy this one, the else part, paste here, login.html, forms authentication. I don't require this error thing, error message. That's it. That's it. We have written the login functionality in this login user function. Now go to urls.py. We need to add path. Within single quotes, I'm adding login, comma, views dot our function name. Let's copy this function name, copy that one, and paste here. Let's save this file, and also we have to save this views page also. Now in the login.html page, and login.html, let's add the doc type here. Doc type, I'm closing the HTML tag. Inside the HTML, I'm adding the header section. In the header section, I'm adding the title is the login page. Then after the heading section, I'm adding the body tag. Inside the body, we declare a center tag. Inside the center, I'm adding h1. How to create login page. H2 Django db.sqlite3 tutorials. Then after the heading tags, I'm adding the horizontal line. Then I want to display the form details, the login form details. So between curly brackets, double curly brackets, I'm adding this views page. We need to add this form. This form contains this authentication form, which contains the username and password. So go to login.html and paste here. Let's save this file, save all. And now let's come out, Control C. What I'll do is in the signup.html, after the button control, let's add the pipe symbol. I'm adding one more input button type, href. Let's add the href tag. Href is equals to, between single quotes, double quotes, percentage URL. Now between single quotes, I'm adding our login page URL. Our login page URL is the login user. So we need to add here, comma, name is equals to, between double quotes, login user. Save this file. Make sure the function name and name both same. Signup.html, paste here. Let's close with curly brackets and login. That's it. Now let's save this file, save all. Now run the server, python manage.py, run server. And after I run the server, we don't find any issues. Let's run the server. We already opened here. Now let's reload this page. Notice here we got the login page here. When I click login, see it's redirected to the login page, which contains the username and password. But we don't have any button control. So let's add one button control. Switch to the login.html, and after the form tag, what I'm doing, I'm adding a simple input type. This is the input type. Input type is equals to submit, and value is equals to login. And also we require the form tag, form method is equals to post, close this form tag after the button control. Let's save this file. After saving this file, now what I'll do is I'll add one more table element here, so it looks, the designing part looks good. The table contains a border with one, the size of the lines of the border, and I'm closing this table element after the button control. Let's save this file, save all. Now I'm reloading the login page. So now we got the username and password. Above we got login. So this one, let's take this button control after the table. Let's save this file. And also, and notice here in the views.py we have a condition. If the login credentials is filled, I want to display this username and password. So what I'm doing, copy this error message, switch to the login.html. Here I'm adding bold tag, and the bold tag double curly brackets. I'm pasting that error message. Bold is equals to style is equals to color red. The error message I want to display in the red color. Let's save this file, save all. Now let's reload the browser and reload the browser again, login page. So now we got the login here. For example, I'm entering without username and password, click login. See here we got the HTML validation error. Let's add Charan. I'm entering the wrong password, login. Oops, here CSRF underscore validations. Let's fix that one. See, in Django applications, when we are posting the form, we need to add the CSRF token. So this token, copy this one. This is very important step. If you don't add CSRF underscore token when we are posting the data, you'll get that error. And also this token, it protects our data when we are posting. So now what will do? Let's save this file, save all. Again switch back to the browser. Let's reload. Now enter with Charan, and I'm entering with the wrong password, login. See here we got the message, the username and password are wrong. Suppose if the username and password is correct, I want to redirect to the welcome page. This page I want to redirect. So let's add first in the URLs, comma, path, then single quotes. I'm adding the welcome, which is our page name, views dot welcome page, comma, name is equals to, between double quotes I'm adding welcome page. We need to add the same page name here. Let's save this file, the URLs page. Now after that, what I'm doing, we need to add this welcome page. Copy this one. Here in the views page, see here we have added welcome. Instead of welcome, I'm adding welcome page. Then we require one function for the welcome, def welcome page request colon, and this function return render request this welcome.html. Let's add that one, welcome.html. That's it. Let's save this file and save all. After we save the files, we don't have any issues. And also notice here the username request post.get and password, we have to add the password, the username and password. Right click the mouse, view page source, And if you check the view source, the username, the attribute name is username. The username values we are passing here, and the password, this one, the name password. We need to add the attribute name of the element, input type, and the password. After the username and password is successful, we are login method. We log in this and redirect to welcome page. So I think we have not added the login class also. We have to add the login class also. Let's save this file, save all. Oops, here we got error, the password we are missing. Username and password, the single quotes. Now let's save this file, save all. See here, after we save the file, we don't have any issues. Now let's reload the login page. Now I am entering with the username Peter and the password is pet. Click login. See here, we redirect to the welcome page. Right now this welcome page is totally empty. If you check, the HTML welcome page is empty. Let's add h1. This is a welcome page. Save this file, save all. Now I am reloading the welcome page. See here, this is welcome page. Now let's add the welcome page. Now let's add some other functionality. Once the user login successfully to redirect to welcome page, I want to display the username. So here what I'm doing, let's add the doc type here. I'm closing the HTML tag, closing the HTML. Inside the HTML, I'm adding the header section, header tags. In the header tags, I'm adding the title tag, welcome. What I'm doing is welcome. Between double curly brackets, I'm adding user dot. The username we are getting in the views. This is the username. Copy this one and paste here. And just copy this one. After the header section, I'm adding the body tag. Inside the body h1, I'm adding welcome, double curly brackets, user dot username, double curly brackets. Now let's save this file, save all. We'll check the output. I'm reloading the browser. See here, we got welcome Peter. So we have logged with the Peter details. Now I require one logout page. So let's add, after the h1 tag, I'm adding the simple button control, submit button control. Input type is equals to submit button, and the value of the button is the logout. Let's close the logout button and save this file, save all. I'm reloading the browser. See here, we got the logout page. So once the user log out, I want to redirect to the login page. So let's start the coding part for that. We require the logout functionality in the views.py. First, we need to import the namespace logout. Remember, we require the authenticate, login and logout and authentication form. These 4 pages, 4 classes we require. So now def logout page request colon. Let's copy this logout page. Let's URL patterns, go to the URL patterns, comma, path, logout. Between single quotes we need to add this one because it's a page name, logout. Now let's add the functions here. Views dot, I'm adding that logout page function name, comma, and name is equals to, between double quotes, the logout page function name. Let's save this file, and also views page also we have to save all. That's it. We have here we got some error, unexpected form.import. Oh yeah, here if you check the views we have to add some functionality, so don't worry about this warning. The function, if we are posting the data, so if again request dot method double equals to, between double quotes I am adding the post colon the logout function request, I am requesting the logout function here, return redirect. I want to redirect the login page. Once the user logout, I want to redirect to the login user. Copy this one, go to views.py, and between single quotes I am pasting the login user. That's it. Let's save this file, save all. Now in the welcome.html page, if the user is completely logged out, which means it's not logged in, I want to show in the welcome page sign up and login button. So before that we have to add some functionality here. Let's add the horizontal line. No, we don't require the horizontal line. Double curly brackets between percentage if user, it's not id, it's if user dot is underscore authenticated make sure do the authenticated. And after the logout, let's close the end if functionality, and if. Now in the if condition we require the else part, percentage else if the user is not authenticated, I want to show the login and sign up links. So instead of writing here, instead of adding the href, we already have here this link here. Just copy this one in the welcome page, and sign up. So urls.py new user, so comma name is equals to, make sure name must be the our function name, and the welcome.html, login new user, and add the sign up. That's it. Let's save this file first, save all, and here we are posting the data. So form tag, form method is equals to post, and we require the action also. In the action, let's close this form tag. I am closing this form tag after the logout. And in this action method, Let's copy this one, paste here. Instead of login user, we have to add the logout functionality. So copy URLs, logout page. Copy this one. In the welcome.html, I am adding logout page. This is the logout page. That's it. Let's save the project, save all. Now we'll check the final output. Now when I reload the welcome page, so welcome Peter, we got logout here. Once I click logout, so again we need to add the CSRF functionality. See, as I told, when we are posting the form in Django, we need to add this functionality, percentage CSRF underscore token. Sorry for that. CSRF underscore token. Let's save this file. Save all. Again, switch back to the browser. Let's refresh the browser. Let's do the login again. Login. Peter. The password is Pat. Click login. See, here we got the welcome Peter logout. When I click logout, it's redirect to the login page. Now when I try to go to welcome page, notice here I got the login and sign up buttons. When I click sign up, we got the sign up page. Again, login, the login here. So now let's check the final output. And now let's check the final output of our project. The username, let's enter the new username is Ben, and the password is Ben, and the confirm password also. I'm entering the wrong password. Create user. See here the passwords are not matching. Now let's enter Ben. The password is also Ben I'm adding, and the confirm password also Ben. Now create user. See here the user Ben is saved successfully. Now let's check in our database. Right now we have 3 users. When I reload this page, Django administration, let's add with the super user. See, now we got the Ben here. Now let's log in with the Ben. Click login. Ben. Now the password I'm entering the wrong for the Ben. Click login. See here the username and passwords are wrong. Let's enter Ben and the password also Ben. This time I'm adding the correct password. Click login. So it's redirect to the welcome Ben page, welcome page. Now when I log out, see here we redirect to the login page. Now when a user tried to visit the welcome page, see notice here that we got the login and sign up. That's it.